Good evening, friends of the pod. Welcome. It is the local sports pod. It is a walk between the hash marks. This week coming to you from a little bit of a deep location here at Harmon Keiss Memorial Field. Varsity hockey, field hockey going on right now. So Coach Sacco suggested we take to the inner sanctum, so to speak, of the football team. And this is all a part of their facilities. Of the Coach Rich Matt's field house located on the grounds of Harmon Keiss Field. And this is pretty much where all the magic happens from the end of the school year right into football season, right past weightlifting and all that stuff. So it's it can take a little different route tonight, maybe show you some different things. Just want to quick throw it out there. Big win by our boys this week. Pride, hard work. It's what it's all about. We've been talking about this now. We're going on week 4 here. These boys deserve a lot for how hard they worked over the past 3 months. It finally paid off, and it paid off with a big goose egg, a big shutout by that Cougar defense, that Cougar line. As we mentioned, it is Berwick week. I've been putting it all over my posts on social media. You need to get out here Friday night and support these gentlemen. Support this gentleman and his staff and everybody around this football team, the cheerleaders, the band. It is a week of spirit, and that's what we are all about here in Cougar Dome. Please come out. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Before we get into talking with Coach, I quickly want to thank our sponsors. Again, as we always do, we would not be here without them. Our season sponsors, RL Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House. Our new game week sponsor this week, the Performing Arts Center located in Cunningham. We're going to have our player of the game presentations. This is a big one, as it was a big win last week. The Barbush, thanks to Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales for that as well. And of course, you can see we have our little makeshift on the bench set up here for us. In the weight room, thanks to Coach, and on the bench, always sponsored by Furo's Funeral Services Incorporated. So I think we're pretty much going to turn it over to one happy Papa Cougar. He is the head man. He leads these boys, and he's going to lead these boys out this week. Like I said, we'll get to the Berwick thing now, but Coach Sacco, we got to talk about this big victory. Long time coming for the season, a lot of hard work. You know, the way things started and the way things kind of fell kind of out of place at Williamsport late. But the hard work and everything put into this whole thing in the last, say, even, 5 months, I guess we're pushing 5, paid off with a big victory, 40-0 over West Scranton. Let's talk.
I mean, I'd love to say it happened just as planned, but it was a big win. It really was. And I said it last week on the show. It seemed like we were right there and everything was just starting to click. And then, hopefully now that first domino falls and it just keeps going from there. So definitely a big win. It was our first win of this year. It's my first win as a head coach. Got to enjoy it for probably about an hour. And then it was time to move on and get ready for Berwick. So, great win. Really excited for our kids. I mean, they showed the heart, the effort, everything that they poured into this to finally be able to celebrate that win. And I told them after the game, remember this feeling. Remember the feeling of what it felt like when we lost, and remember how good it feels to win. And that should drive you and push you and make you work harder and just want to do everything to get another one.
Yeah, as we move on here, I guess there's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we'll start with just how the offense really clicked. Things really seemed to work according to plan with play calls and such. And I mean, the line was just out of their mind.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it. We saw it in practice that week. They started to communicate. Guys started to talk. Our younger guys, it just started to come to them. And I said last week how the game hasn't quite slowed down for them yet. It slowed down for our offensive line on Friday night. And they were wreaking havoc. They were pancaking people, just driving till the whistle. On film, we had guys blocking 12 and 15 yards downfield. And that's what we've been looking for. That's what we've been kind of going for. And it all finally seemed to come together. Now, I would love to stand here and say, oh man, we did great. But the fact of the matter was it was 19-0 at halftime. We only scored 6 points as an offense.
Right.
We had 2 pick sixes
Right.
in the first half. And I said to our guys at halftime, that's not good enough. That's not going to do the job. All we heard was in the first 2 weeks, offense can't really get it going. Offense can't get it in the end zone. And we really wanted to come out in the second half and make sure that we put the ball into the end zone and started doing that. And our line was doing good, and Xavier Heck was running like crazy, and we just put everything on his shoulders and we followed him.
And I mean, to touch on the defense, posting the big O, the big 0. Again, the work of the line. I mean, we talked about it on the TV side, just working it.
We challenged our defense. Again, we won the toss, and we chose to go on defense first. I said, just like we did in Williamsport. I said, we believed in them. Williamsport first play of the game touchdown. Now, West Scranton did drive the ball on us, and they moved the ball and they moved it downfield. But when it got tough and it was time to step up, we had some key 4th down plays that we got stops on, and our defense really stepped up and took some pride in stopping that.
To just touch on some personal players' stats. I don't have too many in front of me or in my head, but Xavier Heck, just out of his mind, crazy.
224 yards rushing. He had 4 touchdowns on the night. 1 was a defensive pick 6 that he took back. 3 rushing touchdowns. He could have got another one at the end of the game, but we were on the 1 yard line, and Freddie Corrado was calling his own number, and he was pointing to me on the sidelines and saying, me, and we let him sneak it and let him get one. But we could have fed X again and got him another one. But we did that, and that's how much he trusts in his line to be able to QB sneak it and to be able to get it. Our offensive line was just playing out of their minds Friday night.
Yeah, and then I mean Logan Gennaro on defense, just too much for my mind.
Yeah, I mean Logan Gennaro, a 58-yard interception that looked like he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was the one before the half.
Yeah, he snagged it out of the air, and he took it 58 yards untouched, zigzagging in and out of people, and ended up taking it back to the house. And I mean, that really gave us a spark. That gave us a big spark on defense. And I've been saying it. I said it last week. Our secondary has been really stepping it up. In the pass game, we held Williamsport to 63 yards, passing the ball, and you're shutting down the run and you're doing that, and they're going to try to challenge you and they're going to try to throw it. We want them to throw it on us. We challenge teams to throw it. And that's the reason why, because you get big plays like that in key moments from a senior captain to take that and, put it on his back and go.
Yeah. And Coach, I mentioned that interception coming at the end of the first half. I know we talked about the overall message to the team, but at that point, going into the half, coming into the locker room at home, home opener, all the big hoopla. I mean, what do you tell the team at the half with even though the offense, as you said, only scored 6 points? I mean, what do you tell the team?
We told them the score was 0-0. The score is 0-0. We're going out in this game and we're playing it like the score is 0-0, because there's going to be lots of games where you're not up big at halftime. There could be games where you're behind. There could be games where it is 0-0. We're preparing for a game this week, and we're telling them, it's going to be a war. It's going to be 4 quarters. So we need to treat every game like that and go into it that way. So don't worry about what the scoreboard says. You go out and you play your game and you give 100% on every play.
Coach, we're inside the Cougar Den. I thought maybe once we got through the talk about the big win and stuff, maybe you can give us a little ideas of what happens in this place. Not a lot of people have seen the insides. I know when we got together, and in the first week I couldn't find you. They're like, oh, go downstairs to the theater. We're not going to get over that far, obviously. Yeah. But since we're here, let's take a little tiny tour before we get to the player of the game.
So, this is one half of our weight room. The other side here, we have this is more so for legs, where we do a lot of squats and a lot of power cleans and different things like that. And then we have a whole nother room over on the other side. But a lot of our former players and alumni have never really seen this down here. So when I played, there wasn't too much that was down here. Actually, the door was closed and we didn't even know that this was down here.
Right.
And down in here. So,
But tell me about these tires. What's the skinny on this? I mean, you see them in strongman competitions and stuff, but this is what the boys probably went through a lot of probably about 3 weeks ago, correct?
yeah.
I mean,
So a
we
lot of
talked about
times,
doubles and such.
getting under the tire, using your hips to flip and explode, it teaches them how to use their hips and how to explode with their hips.
Right.
And really how to drive, just like a block would be, getting up in there, using your hips, using your legs, and using your power to flip it. So they're definitely a great tool to use that we use these a lot in the off season.
Yeah, I can barely push it, let alone.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're
I
heavy.
mean, big guys like you.
Yeah, they're definitely heavy.
And we got a little bit of the weights back here, right? Correct?
Yeah,
A little,
so
little
There's
dumbbell action.
there's weights and that all in here, over in the other room. It's really big. When you have quite a big team, we could have guys working out on one side and then also the other half of the team working out on the other side. And that's the way that we try to split it. Like, we'll have our skilled guys doing stuff differently from our linemen, where the linemen might be doing more of a power kind of lift and doing different things that they're going to use, where the skilled guys are using more finesse and agility and, working on their footwork. We got tools where they're 3 different colors and we would throw them to each other and call out the color and try to catch it. We do ball drills with skilled guys. So just different things, different aspects. That's kind of like what the chiropractic side brings, kind of understanding that and understanding how to do that. When we do that, and Coach Sterick runs our off-season conditioning program, and he did a great job with our strength, like getting in here late in March, and our numbers just went through the roof at our last time that we maxed out and we did stuff.
Yeah, and then, like I said, we were talking about as we were making our way down the Cougar carpet here in the weight room. You mentioned Mikey Sterick starting work in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Here we are. I'm saying 6. It's almost 7 months later.
Yeah,
and it definitely paid off. On the field Friday night for sure. And you can see, I don't think there was one less ounce of energy on that field than I've ever seen in a long, long time. It just never let down. The electricity was there the whole time.
for sure.
You guys promoted a lot. I know, like, I can hear film sometimes on a Monday. The electricity never stops within the den here, let alone outside on that turf. So it's a big thing that you like to promote. Tell us about what's over here a little bit. I think we're going this way, yeah, because we're going to bring the boys in then. So,
I mean, just there's a couple different drills. Like, this is a bag that you could put weights on, and they could drive that on, and then other squat racks and that. So there's medicine balls. There's a lot of stuff that we would use throughout the year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's actually a lot of different stuff down here that we use.
Yeah, it's just a little insight. We thought we'd bring it inside, like I said, with the game going on. Outside, we didn't want to interfere with them, and the noise from the game, they interfere with us. So
this gives us a little because when it's 30 degrees out, I don't know if we're going to want to walk.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to dress like this, though. You're giving me a T-shirt after this one. But all right, well, there you have it. A look back at the victory, and I like the way we kind of went about it. I know Coach mentioned it a little bit. We weren't going to press it that much, and being inside this week kind of helped us a little bit. Giving a little insight to the Cougars. Then, all right, it is time for the Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales Player of the Game, and we have a slew. We're going to head over this way, Coach, and I think we have 3/4 of the team here with the size that they are.
Pretty much.
All right, boys, split up. I guess we'll put Coach over there. I don't know how we're going to do that.
You're ready. There you go.
All right, so let me tell you quickly about Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales. We do it all. Just call. Family run since 1937. Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales are located on both premises at 1299 PA State Route 940 in Hazel Township. Family run. Brian Barbush and staff are there to take care of, on the automotive side, all your repairs, whether it's emergency, whether it's scheduled, all kind of automotive repairs and such, please give them a call on the automotive side at 570-454-7571. And again, like I mentioned, also located on the premises, BLB Auto Sales. Please be sure to check out their entire inventory and what they stock over there if you can't make it in person, or stop in at www.barbushauto.com. Their number 570-861-8393. They are the player of the game sponsor, Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales. We do it all. Just call. Located at 1299 PA State Route 940 in Hazel Township. And like I said, we have a slew here. I want to get everybody in. Coach, I'm going to let you introduce everybody so I don't screw it up. We're going to start with the defense. Yeah, he's right there for you. Logan, you will get your certificates. Congratulations. Logan Gennaro, ladies and gentlemen, Defensive Player of the Week.
So it's funny because I said to Logan, I think I told you at halftime, I said, trying to get him in the end zone on offense. And he took it upon himself, ended up picking off that pass where he flew out of nowhere. Yeah, took it 58 yards to pay dirt, kind of zigging in and out, and somehow went untouched into the end zone. And that gave us the spark. And I mean, Xavier Heck had an interception earlier in the game, and his just put the exclamation point on it. And I asked Coach Drumming, I said, when was the last time Hazleton had 2 pick sixes in a game? And he's coaching for 41 years, and he said a long time ago.
You would know.
Yeah, he said a very long time ago. So definitely gave us a spark. Senior captain kind of putting it on his shoulders, and taking it to the house. So that was huge.
Yeah, big picks. Congratulations, Logan. Coach, I'm going to let you introduce the entire offensive line, because if I get something wrong, they're going to hurt me, especially this one standing next to me. And I remember when he was like this big, and I was like, it seems like yesterday something like that. All right, Coach, go right down the line so I don't screw it up.
I had to tell Xavier Heck, I said, listen, I'm going to give your lineman some love today. He had a heck of a game, 224 yards rushing, but he didn't do that without these guys standing right here.
Is he taking you guys for pizza at least? Or something?
But, 3 touchdowns on offense, 4 rushing touchdowns that we had on offense. Just absolute domination in a game. We just put it on their back, and they just drove us up and down the field. And, it was great pass blocking, great run blocking. So I said it last week during practice, something started to click. And it actually happened in the Williamsport game. We saw guys making plays, flying around, blocking to the whistle, putting guys on their back. We knew that this group had it in them, and they kind of took us there. So we'll start at the end here. So we got George Nensteel, who's at left tackle, Mitch Chickalise at left guard, Jake Zapataki here at center, Scott Mooney at right guard, Rusty Schmidt at left tackle, and Marcus West at tight end. Just an absolutely outstanding game for our linemen, tight end, and even some of the run blocking that we put in this week. We had Marcus coming down on guys and literally lighting people up in practice, and was just loving just taking on that role, taking on that responsibility, and just we loved what we saw in practice. And when it started going in the game, we just started going to it, and I just kept feeding these guys. Just kept feeding them. So that's what we were looking at. But they block like that the rest of the season, the Hazleton Cougars are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
There's things that I saw you guys do on Friday night, because that's my first time. I haven't been on the sidelines. It's my first time in the press box. And I saw you guys plug up holes that just blew me away on the things that you guys did. So congratulations to the offensive line. Is there a spokesman in this group who's going to talk?
Yes,
I figured.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Honestly, I think we did well. We have a lot to work on though.
By the way, folks, this is Jake Zawataki, better known as I like to call him Beast.
We still have a lot to work on though, we can't get complacent. That's like a big thing. I feel like we need to get complacent the minute you start losing games, especially up front. So we got to keep working. We got to keep grinding. And, X obviously, as much as we do for him, he makes us look good too. If we don't block something right, he finds a hole, he finds a cutback, he takes it, he goes with it. So
Right.
it's helpful having him back there for sure.
Yeah, it was a great job by all. Gentlemen, congratulations. We will have your certificates. I'm not going to shake everybody's hand because it's weird. So thank you. Good luck against Berwick, right? Let's go Cougars, beat those dogs, right? Great job by the guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, coach. We're gonna say goodbye to you because I'm thirsty. You're thirsty, but you get to go drink. I don't. Make sure those boys order pizza, or Xavier gets some boys a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly, I am gonna tell you about our sponsors. Scott's gonna say bye-bye for now before we get into our on the bench segment. Like I said, we have a few season sponsors again that will stay with us, through the whole season and hopefully into the future. A big thanks to R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, serving the area for over 110 years. Our good friend Randy Marchetti, my good friend Randy Marchetti, couldn't have been there for us to be able to do this. Only high class and the best. Emergency service available for them as well. So if you have an emergency at the house, call within a reasonable amount of time. They will get to you and hopefully fix your problems. 570-455-7355. R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, serving the area for over 110 years. One of our other season sponsors, you've heard me say this every week, and I'm going to preach it because it's some of the best Italian food in Hazleton. Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, located at 380 South Popular Street here in Hazleton. Chirico family since 1992. Neil, Renee, and now Dante pretty much running the whole show. Please give them a call, 570-455-7892. If you check out the graphic on the right side of your screen with the Alta logo, you will see in there still on their special with the mix and match, 2 or more for $11.50 each. You have cavatelli, Francesca pizza, ravioli, stuffed shells, antipasto, bone-in wings, and a large pizza. Any one of those 7, okay, 2 or more for $11.50 each. I mean, you can come out with a whole meal for like $25. Probably more for me, but great food, great food. You can't miss it. Please get to them. Also want to remind you about Dante's Inferno food truck, brought to you by Alta Pizzeria. Please check out Dante's Facebook to find out where they'll be this week. It is Alta Presents Dante's Inferno, okay? They were at the Bella Italia Festival this past weekend. Phenomenal weekend of weather for the whole festival. Friday night, all day Saturday into the night, all day Sunday into the night or early evening. So if you had a chance to check them out, you can go again to Alta Pizzeria presents, Alta presents Dante's Inferno to find out where the food truck can be as well. When I went to Dante and said to him, hey, would you be interested? He didn't blink an eye at us and said, we're all in. So please visit the Chirico family, Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, 380 South Popular Street here in Hazleton, 570-455-7892. Dine in, take out, check out the food truck, like I said, at Alta Presents Dante's Inferno. They're all over the place. Great Italian food here in Hazleton. Quickly, we want to thank our Game Week sponsor, the Performing Arts Center, located at the Valley Plaza, Route 93 in Sugarloaf. Please give them a call at 570-582-0164. Tammy Heller and her staff, celebrating 30 plus years of the performing arts. I can't get this one now because I can't understand my own writing. If dance would be easier, they'd call it football. Doesn't make any more sense than what I just said. They are offering classes in preschool dance, ballet, point, jazz, tap, hip hop, modern, and yoga, all ages. Still taking new students in, okay? Once again, that is the Performing Arts Center, Valley Plaza, Route 93 in Sugarloaf, 570-582-0614. Again, celebrating over 30 years If dance was any easier, like I was told, they call it football, folks. So check them out, the Performing Arts Center, Valley Plaza, Route 93 in Sugarloaf. As we make our way over here, we have our special guest this week, and this is a big one. Two of my friends that are near and dear to my heart, just as friends, but the things that either of them do within the community, and this was long before football, one of them, well, both of them. We're on our bench, the On the Bench segment here we like to do every week. Like I said, we're inside, we're not out due to the field hockey game. Brought to you by Furo's Funeral Service, located at 26 West 2nd Street, Hazleton, 570-454-1561. My good friends Jeff Farrell, who is the director, and Andrew Piskel, the supervisor, serving the Hazleton area since 1892. When the family time comes for needs, these are the folks to call. Farrell's Funeral Service Incorporated, 570-454-1561. Our sponsors for On the Bench, and let us say hello. Hello. We have two of my good friends. One young lady who's involved with this program way deep, and another gentleman who is involved in this community. He's a councilman. He's also a very good friend. She's a very good friend. Let's say hello to Lauren Sacco and Tony Colombo. This week, our game theme, patriotic game, right, guys? Special 9/11 remembrance. Who wants to go first?
So Tony and Freddie Barletta have been spearheading this program for quite some time, since 2020.
2023 is, we're going to talk about that.
So Tony's going to give you a little bit of background because you're.
Well, we're gonna try to do, we're gonna remember 9/11 Thursday evening. We have the annual Hazleton Fire Department remembers 9/11. But we want to carry it over to the football game, being it's a big game with Berwick. So what we're gonna do is gonna have Skytower is gonna drop in with the game ball, the coin for the coin toss, the American flag, and land at the 50-yard line. And once they land at the 50-yard line, we have worked out with Freddie and staff that we're gonna turn off the lights. That tragic day in New York, 343 firefighters died. So with the help of Lauren, I mean, Lauren is fabulous. We came up with a great idea. She said, why don't we just get 343 battery operated candles? Once the lights are off, we'll tell people this is a remembrance of the 343 firefighters.
Now, where are those going to be placed, Tony?
They're going to be placed right in the field. And
Yes, we have 343 people, each carrying a
Oh,
candle.
wow, that's awesome.
They're battery operated. So we're gonna have a few different remotes for the sets to make some flicker, some are gonna be solid. And while this is happening, you're going to hear the national anthem sung by a wonderful local student, Emerson Weed. The marching band is going to play all patriotic music with God Bless America, and the marching Cougars, the color guard with the band is gonna have a 30 by 50 foot American flag in the middle of the field.
Tremendous.
We have a special guest of honor, Marine Joseph Arna, who is going to be the gentleman that does the coin toss, and he's going to be joined by State Representative and veteran Dave Quattro, along with retired General Jimmy Joseph.
You're as good as your husband. Like, I have all this stuff ready and you're just going right into it. I love it. Just keep talking. It's great. But Lauren, I'm sure as everyone who's been around this football program since things changed handles pretty much just about everything outside of that fence. So I was told by the boss. So we've collaborated on a few things to help game day be a little more exciting. But the work and the time of being a full-time worker, being a full-time mother, being a full-time wife, he's always here anyway. But it's just tremendous how you're handling all this. We say it every week. I say it every week to her. I think I'm nuts. And then I look at what you're doing around this place and it's crazy.
It all
So
works. With my husband and I, we joke because on Sunday, I'm like, we set our communication. If we don't get our ducks in a row on Sunday, the whole week's down the toilet real quick.
but if you see Lauren, please, come up to her and give her some thanks, because a lot of us have no idea. Some of us do, and she deserves You deserve sainthood when this is all over. That's all I'm
Thank you.
gonna say. But
Thank you.
so does he too.
So-
But he's on here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about him. He's on every week. And this guy sitting right next to me, the things that you've done in this city, community oriented, helping those that are in need. I mean, I could go on for hours with the years that we know each other a good, 10 plus. We've been through some stuff together, but the things that you do just personally and you've done, I cannot give but the highest amount of respect to. Not to mention he is a city councilman. That's a whole nother set of circumstances that we won't discuss on this show. We don't get political here, unless it's Cougarville oriented.
That one has to come with a cold limoncello.
And we won't explain what a limoncello is, but I'm sure most of you know out there. And it's so hot in here right now, I could probably drink a whole bottle and it wouldn't even phase us. But, thank you. Thank you for all you've done, all you do. This is the second time you're involved with this, right? It was 2023.
We did it in 2023, and Don Kilner, rest in peace. We had worked out that what we were going to do eventually was he was going to take me and jump with him. I was going to be strapped to him and go with him. Because initially when I wanted to do it, I guess I had extra weight that I couldn't do it. And now that I'm down to my fighting weight,
You're looking good.
I can do it. And unfortunately, Mr. Kilner passed away. And I asked the people that are running it now, they said, well, they'll do it at the airport, but not at a live event like this. So if something would happen, they would nobody get hurt. But I'd like to mention also that the 343 candles, right, it signified the 343 firefighters that died that day. But for 24 years, myself and my great friend, Chief Robert Ward, who since it's passed, always dreamed of having either 343 firefighters or 343 flags somewhere to represent these people.
Right.
I mentioned it to Lauren, God bless her. She just took it, and here we are. We're gonna have the 343 candles, and I'll tell you, you're right, she does deserve sainthood.
From game to game, we're really trying to let people zone in that they're working very hard to change the culture. And good things happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Right here, lights on a Friday night.
Oh, it's no better way to kind of start/end the summer. We talked about this a few weeks ago. School theoretically isn't in usually because of the way the season starts earlier now. We always have gone back after Labor Day. I know there were a few times in the district where it was before, but there's time. Unfortunately, we weren't home, one or both of the weeks. It's just the way the schedule flows. But, more to build up like for last week. And there's just so much when you walk into this place. There's characters running around now to take pictures with the kids. I believe the Minions were here, right? The Cougar, of course, is here every week. There was a dragon. It was face painting.
We have bows and ribbons for your hair. We have a Carol hut with all different throwbacks. Some stuff's older, some stuff's newer. We have a beautiful board that was done by a local girl that we're changing for everything that goes with all the home games.
Yep, that's located just out the entrance gate to the west end zone here.
And I want to take a picture in front of it, post it on social media, and show people all the fun things that we've gone here on Friday night.
Yeah, it's not just a game anymore, folks. There's so much beforehand. I said back in 2003, and you guys may have heard me tell this story once or twice before. I know you have. Was one of my first experiences coming, in front of the camera. And we were able to host a really awesome pregame show and to kind of build things. I know we talked to you. We talked to a few members of the fire department. We talked to we talked to the mayor at the time. We were able to, film it, or not film it, but carry it live with the skydive. And I had said to my co-host that night, they wouldn't leave me alone on the sidelines by myself at that time, growing pains. But look at me now. But anyway, I had said, it's great to sit home and watch it on television, and not that I'm trying to take anything away from the broadcast, but just to watch that alone. And I think he brought the game ball in and the flag, right, back in 2023. That alone and the national anthem that time, I think the band did it with a singer. Now it's just moving enough, and there's going to be so much more this coming Friday night pregame here with the 9/11 remembrance and tribute. Thanks to our Lauren Sacco and of course, Tony Colombo.
So we're gonna also, the service is gonna end. We have Mr. Bourne doing the coin toss.
Right,
We're gonna
right.
have American Legion Post 76 from Hazleton. American Legion Post, I don't got a number offhand from Freeland. They're gonna come and gonna do a gun salute. Taps. So it's a very special night where you come out and cheer our Cougars on.
Absolutely.
It's
Big
the
game.
icing on the
Berwick
cake.
week, Berwick
The
week.
icing on the cake is gonna be when we beat Berwick.
Absolutely.
That's the icing on the cake.
Absolutely.
This is special.
So you have to say that. She's not allowed.
Yeah, we beat Berwick. I mean, since I was in school, you have
Oh,
to.
we're
beat
not
Berwick.
just beating her to our freshmen.
We're gonna, yeah, they're gonna go back to
Oh, yeah, we're
Berwick.
going
They're gonna
this
go
week.
back and shake.
Kelly, remember to take it back to the tape on Monday.
But I just have 2 words I want to end with, and I've always said it whenever we go and talk about 9/11 is we must never forget.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My special thanks to my good friends. I keep hitting your knee. You're going to be bruised. You had a hard time getting down the steps. I was worried.
Yeah, well,
Lauren and I were waiting. But
Lawrence said you'd catch it.
yeah, well, we let you land on me, not her. Special thanks to our Lauren Sacco, of course, and our good friend Tony Colombo. Lauren, what's the best time? I mean, always come early, stay late. That's our motto, especially when we win. What time do the actual festivities get underway?
Gates open at 5:30. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Marching Cougar Band this year because they are putting on an awesome menu. And there's no need to go eat before you come here because every week they have specials and different things going on, but a solid menu that definitely would satisfy small children to adults.
Nothing like a farmer's iced tea and some of their good food specials. Their French fries are the bomb. But pregame festivities get underway probably about 6:30ish.
6 o'clock. I
Six-
have characters and everybody ready to go about 10.
But as far as on the field activities, I
The
mean,
theater for this week,
Yeah.
we'll give Sea Soccer about 20 after 6.
okay, so about 6:20. So like Lauren mentioned, you want to get out here pretty much when the gates open. Gates open at 5:30.
Oh, I forgot to mention one point.
You go, girl.
There will be 200 free student tickets.
Oh,
For the
wow.
first 200 students that come to the game. That's sponsored by my husband at Sacco Chiropractic. For the
That is
first
great.
200 students that come to the game will be free. So get here. We're looking to
Get those kids in that student section. I noticed last week there was a lot more than I've seen in the last couple of years. You know, I'm on the TV side for going on 9 now. And I just, when I turned my head, the little bit of time that I had to breathe for a second, whether I was on or off the field, and it was nice to look down from my vantage point and see a good quarter of that section filled because in past years, there hasn't been a whole lot, so it can only grow. So let your friends, let your family, let your sons, daughters, let their friends know. First 200 students at the gate, correct? Get in
And if
absolutely
anybody would
free.
like to walk out on the field with the camera, just find me and Tony at the gate. First
We're
300.
still looking for volunteers for the 343. So get out here. Gates open at 5:30 on Friday. Field festivities get underway about 6:20, but you'll have almost an hour to get goodies from the Hazleton area Cougar Band Boosters and their stand and their food specials. And are we having any other different characters this week, or are we still working on that? Minions are back, right?
Minions are back.
And the dinosaurs back.
Yes.
The Cougars back. So bring the kids, get some really awesome pictures. Make it a good night, man. You know, it's again, the weather's supposed to be fairly decent. I dressed for the weather tonight, but I'm sweating as I speak, folks. I'm sorry. But if you dress like this, you'll be fine. The kids will be fine. Bring an extra jacket. You never know. But the weather is supposed to look warm there the rest of the week, the end of the week. We may end up being close to having a night like we did last Friday if you were here. So get on out to see us. It is the 9/11 remembrance. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a great night. Next year we work on fireworks, right? So
You're gonna be all pumped up with us beating Berwick. You won't be cold. You'll be-
again, thanks to our special guests. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to take that from you. You can stay there. Our special guests, again, on the bench segment from the inside, because we do have to prepare for the cooler weather as well for tonight. I'm going to bring Coach Sacco back in here, but tell you real quick, I know I mention our sponsors every week, but if you're still interested, we have game week sponsorships, and we have a few other little things that we've thrown in. If you want to give your business that extra little bit of push, please give us a call at 570-778-5942, or PM us on Facebook, the local sports pod. Okay. Much appreciated. We'll take all, and we'll do our best with the live reads and the mentions at the top and the bottom of the show. And there will be no pre or post game this week. Unfortunately, I have some family business I have to tend to out of state. Scott's putting me on the block with that and threatened me not to give me any swag until I get back. So I'm going to bring him in here now, and we're going to talk a little bit about Berwick, right? So let's screw it up here. There we go. We'll put that back on. But as I mentioned, our Cougars return home again this week, Friday night, 7:05, right here at Harmon Guys Memorial Field. Like I mentioned, we're on the inside this week. Don't forget, we just talked about it with our good friends, the 9/11 remembrance pregame. But then the real show starts as the Berwick Bulldogs make their return trip back here to the Harmon Guys Memorial Field to take on our Cougars. Our Cougars are hungry. The den will be hopping. And Scott, where are we at? Ready to go, Coach, as far as practice? And I know it's only Monday. Today was film.
Yeah.
As we always talk about. What's preparation looking like? Where are we at? I know the boys are fired up. I heard them earlier coming in. Give us a little insight.
So we kind of went through a brief history with our kids on Berwick. A lot of these kids weren't alive when Berwick had their run. The last couple of years, Hazleton, I'd probably say the last 6-7 years, Hazleton's beat Berwick, and they've had their number, but they don't remember the George Curry days. They didn't even really know who George Curry was, or the dominant Berwick teams of the 90s, the dominant Berwick teams that we played when I played in high school. But Berwick's back. So
Record of 3-0 right now.
yeah, they're coming in undefeated. Their head coach is now CJ Curry,
Right,
who is grandson of George Curry. They're coming in here red hot.
So are we.
Probably one of the best lines that we have seen so far in our 3-4 games that we've had so far. They're strong, they're physical, and we tried to explain to our kids, it is going to be an all-out war on Friday night.
Absolutely.
And they need to be ready to play 4 quarters. They need to come in here. It's a rivalry game. It's Berwick, Hazleton. This is always the game that everybody asks when the schedule comes out, when do you play Berwick? It's still the game that everybody circles on their calendar.
Yeah, everybody asks about.
We had to explain that to our kids a little bit. They're coming in. They want to beat us. They want revenge from the last couple of years. They want to, stamp Berwick, that name, back on the map. So we actually, when we were going over in film and we were going over this, we had to explain to them, like, when I was in 10th grade and Josh Heck, who's coaching with me, his senior year in 2002, we beat Berwick.
Right.
And that was like unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Drummy got up and said it was 1977 when he was playing
Right.
that Hazleton beat Berwick. And Hazleton didn't beat Berwick again for 25 years until 2002 when we finally beat Berwick. And I remember being in that game and playing in that game, and that nothing else mattered in that season. Like, we beat Berwick that year.
It's funny you mentioned that. I believe it was a year or two later. I'd run into Coach Patron, obviously, who was coaching at the time.
Yeah.
In both instances, and one of them I'm about to speak about, and of course, the victory. They had lost I don't know if you were on the team, but the Cougars had lost to Berwick that night, but still had made, I believe it was the district playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen, it would be him and the coaches, and I had never seen anybody that down over a loss. And I looked at Coach Patron, who I had known for many years, and I said, a lot of people will be sitting home next week, where your kids, they're taking the next step.
Yeah.
And they win, they could take another step. He's like, yeah, Mikey, but we lost to Berwick.
Mhm.
That's what it means, folks.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what it means.
This is, the closest that I could say in this day and age would be the Ohio State last year. Ohio State lost to Michigan.
Right.
Then goes on and wins the national championship. And they're still upset that they lost to Michigan.
Oh, it's still all over social media.
Yeah, like they,
You know.
they won and in dominant fashion, won the national championship and ran through the playoffs. But there's still like an asterisk there because they lost to Michigan.
Michigan fans will dig at Ohio State every chance they get
Yeah.
because they seem to have an issue when it comes in. It's usually that last Saturday of the regular season before it's decided who's going to play in the Big Ten championship game.
Mhm.
Hasn't really quite come to that. It will eventually, and then it's really going to be hype. But Michigan fans will still rib an Ohio State fan with winning that national championship for 2024, 25, because they beat the Ohio State. So
Mhm.
that's what it means. That's what it means. Or like I said, Coach Patron and an entire coaching regime at that time. And Drummy will probably tell you he wasn't with that group at that time, but I've never seen a bunch of coaches look so down because they didn't beat Berwick.
Yeah. And if you don't think that this means anything, it's definitely, it's one of those like border wars. You travel down 93 to get to Berwick.
Absolutely.
Whether we go there or, they come here, it's always one of those games. And we explained that to our kids tonight. We need a sharp week of practice. We need to come in focused. We need to get ready for a war because that's what it's going to be Friday night. It is going to be 4 quarters. Berwick's going to line up the ball. They like to run it. They are just going to challenge us to stop the run.
Coach, do they have any standouts by name? I mean, that we're looking
Yeah,
at?
I mean, their running back, Wilkerson, he's the leading rusher right now in the conference. I think he is over 550 yards so far rushing.
Wow.
In 3 games. So they run behind him. They get behind him. He was actually knocked out of the game early last year when they played the Cougars. So some of our fans may not know who he is, but he's one of the top running backs in the.
He's a senior now,
He's a
correct?
senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of the top running backs in our conference, in the Wyoming Valley Conference this year. So they're coming in here hot. I mean, they just beat a Lackawanna Trail team who went very deep into the state playoffs last year.
33-14 in Blues.
Yeah. So they're coming in. They're coming in hot. They're confident. They're ready to dish it back to Hazleton this year.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. A little more insight to what's going to happen here Friday night outside the Cougars. Then again, reminds you the game starts at 7:05. Broadcast if you can't make it down, and we are. It wouldn't be right if you weren't here joining us on Friday night with what's going to happen with the 9/11 celebration, pregame carrying into this rivalry war between the 93s. Broadcast on WYLN TV 35, that's Service Electric, cable channel 7. If that's not to your liking, perhaps on the Hazleton area school district YouTube, is youtube.com/HASDK12. Unfortunately, I won't be here this week. The coach, Joe DeMelfi, Jim Dino taking my place, will be on the YLM broadcast. As always, the super team, Paul Bowe, and the coach will be on the YouTube broadcast with the school district. Best thing though is get out here live. Gates open at 5:30. Lots of fun, lots of food, leading to the 9/11 remembrance / celebration, the skydive, and of course the entrance from inside the den here out to the battle zone when the Cougars make their entrance here to take on Berwick. That's this Friday night, September the 12th, 7:05. As always, a big thanks to the coach. It's always fun. We're here every Monday. We'll be back again next week to talk about the Berwick game. And as the Cougars get set to go on the road to Wyoming Valley West, that's business to happen down the line. Quickly thank our sponsors again. Both our season sponsors, R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating here in Hazleton, Alta Pizzeria and Pasta House, also located in Hazleton. Also, don't miss Alta presents Dante's Inferno. That's the food truck. Check that out. That is also the address on Facebook to see where he's at this week. Our season sponsor, and a big thank you. They also sponsored our pre and post game for last Friday's game, just before the big win and after the big win. The Performing Arts Center, celebrating 30 years in the performing arts, located in Cunningham. Can't forget about our player of the game sponsor, our good friend Bryant Barbush and his staff over at Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales over on Route 940, Hazel Township, and of course, our on the bench sponsors, again, good friends at Firo's Funeral Service, located here in Hazleton. Again, as you have it, get on out here on Friday night. This place is going to be hype. It's going to be bumping. I'm using what the kids are using now, but come on out. It is going to be a good night as the Berwick Bulldogs take on your Hazleton area Cougars. 7:05. Get here early. Get in early. Mike Sosar signing out. We'll give a big "Let's go Cougars."